Yes, sir.
It's not any louder than people just talking. So.
Yeah.
What's
the difference?
We actually got the people quiet this time. So.
What's the difference? Us telling everybody to shut up and the machine going off, boy.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought I had a cigarette poster. I think I took it.
Yeah.
Put it back in the car, I think, boy.
Well, we'll tell people again.
I'm gonna leave my Puerto Rican looking Texas bandana in just one more time.
Even still, you know.
They almost won it, bullet.
I watched the first half because I was doing cardio, and like man, I was like, Cowboys are looking good, and then that Aaron Rodgers where he took that snap and didn't see that. I was like, man, the Cowboys might win this one. And
a lot of work, bullet.
Boy, I did some stuff in the afternoon. I was working on some stuff, and then I just like I'll just Google and see what the score was.
It wasn't good.
So,
oh my gosh, boy, that one catch. But anyway, I'm over it. Everything's fine. I did delete everybody on my Facebook that made a comment about...
I'm sure everybody jumped on you.
Oh my gosh, stop!
Just like somebody jumped on me for being incorrect about the Pete Rose thing. It's because he's on the banned list, but that's why the writers can't... because, he's on the banned list by the commissioner, and part of the reason he can't be taken off the banned list is because the commissioner that put him on there died like a couple months after he did it, so nobody wants to go back behind that guy's wishes. So that's why he'll probably never get off the ban list. But since he's on the ban list, the writers will never get to vote for him.
Dang.
So I was just talking about.
But I like yours better. I think.
Step two.
At least your answer gave Pete a chance.
Yeah. At least there was a chance there with me, but he's on that ban list.
Holy cow!
I forgot that part of it. I remember I was only talking about step two. Step one's a biggie.
That's a pretty big. They can't fix that, boy. Holy cow, man!
I forgot about that. So I got crucified on that in the YouTube comments. Well, not really crucified. It came up. But probably not as bad as Cowboys references.
Yes. Oh my gosh! I'm thinking living with the loss is not bad enough, okay? I mean, everybody's smart A comments, and so anyway. So it's done. I hate football. Even the Broncos got a new coach. What the heck? I mean, they're going to get a new coach. I mean, if you lead a team to 3 divisional championships and 1 Super Bowl and get fired, there's no hope for nobody.
Nobody's safe.
There's no hope. Safe. That's why I'm glad we own our own TV show, so we can't fire ourselves.
Speaking of which, we better start our own TV show.
Well, I do like your comment better about Pete because it showed hope. The other way, Pete ain't never getting in.
No, he's not.
He's out.
He's out. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle. You hear the claps. You know what time it is. George, how was your weekend?
Bullet, I had a tremendous weekend, Bullet. Sonny and Cher were together. 2 great big shows, Bullet. Unbelievable. What we liked about it, we were back home in our own bed that night, each night, Bullet. Didn't have to go all over the country, but right here in Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle territory. Morgan, and of course, Friday night. Place was sold out, Bullet. Just an amazing time.
Very amazing in Morganton.
I'm telling you.
I heard it was 9:10, 9:20. What was the attendance? I know they had to do that because they had to bring up more bleachers.
They sure did.
They were getting a little concerned how many more people they can fit in that building because it's one of those buildings they're really picky about.
That's exactly right.
Because we ran into that setting up.
2 seconds after getting there, we found that out.
So you know for sure they're going to count everybody exactly because you know they want to be particular about fire.
And Bullet, you know what was so amazing about these shows is, of course, I had been there with Smoky Mountain. Smoky Mountain did a good little house. I even think I don't think Ring of Honor had ran it, but a lot of places have run that building, and it's a beautiful building. But even the building guy that night said that they had never had to go out, like you said, and get bleachers.
Yeah.
I mean,
they will tool them out.
They sure did.
And each one of those holds, anywhere roughly from 30 to 50, and they got filled up right away.
I'm telling you, and folks in this arena, this building, this gymnasium, there's one whole side full of bleachers. So it ain't like they just brought in. I mean, they filled that up, filled the floors, the chairs up on the floor, Bullet. Just a neat time, and
for a small show.
Just a little show, just throw together, Bullet. No big angles, no feuds.
No, nothing too over the top. I mean, it's not
just real easy. People had a great time.
Not a WrestleCade lineup.
No, it's not. Not 10 cage matches.
Yeah.
Bullet, exploding rings or anything like that. Just a great time. Of course, Friday would have been very good enough, but we carried it all over till Saturday. Went back, of course, a lot of you fans know Spartanburg Memorial Auditorium. I always love going back to that old building there, old Jim Crockett building, and we filled it up again too. Yeah. Well, just a great time, and a lot of work went into it, guys, and it was just one of my all-time favorites. Everybody knows was just getting to hang into Steam. And I don't know, boy, you may have seen my post, but what's so amazing is when we got everything set up, we had to go move our cars, because we was right there at the door. And taking the fans parking. So as it's just so the stars lined up. As soon as I went outside, of course, who pulled up but Ricky Steamboat? Mm-hmm. Most beautifulest man I ever seen in my life, Bullet. Sun's just setting over on the east, and the dragon drives up, Bullet. Mm-hmm. So anyway, of course, I forgot I had a car to move and everything else. So anyway, we parked. Of course, we walked in. It was very, very chilly. This was so impressive, Bullet. There were about 25 people waiting to get in. They had to be freezing. I mean, bless their heart, wrestling fans.
We actually opened the doors a half an hour early to get everybody inside because we didn't want the fans to get cold. So I think it's kudos big time for, they were always thinking, like, we need to do this.
It was amazing, Bullet. The people, it's just neat to see people out front like that, especially in this cold weather. Of course, I'm trying to, I'm very jealous of my time with Steamboat. So anyway, I'm just trying to get him past those people in through that door because it's cold. And I want you to know, Bullet, a lot of people think I made it up, but he stayed. I'm telling you, just the greatest babyface in all the world. He stayed and not just signed one. Because, when you sign one, Bullet, the floodgates open.
Yeah.
And, of course, just so patient, just amazing. I've seen him do it many times. We sit there, Bullet, he signed every autograph out there. Needless to say, these are folks that didn't have a Sharpie. Okay? Yeah. So Steamboat actually he had to wait while we found a Sharpie. Me, I'd have said, I'll get you inside. Okay, or go buy a picture is what I'd say. But anyway, it was just an amazing moment there. He stayed, spent time with every one of them, all 25. Made sure they got an autograph. Then came in. I just thought, wow, just kind of reminded me of just why he's the greatest babyface in all the world.
That's very true.
You got a little, you got to spend some time with him, which I was very, very jealous of. But what amazing that he
pulled me aside. I was actually I was on my way to actually talk to him because he was talking to a few people, but I wanted to go over and say hello to him. Just pulled me over. And had some nice words.
But what was so amazing, Bullet, for because it's been a few years since you and little Ricky Steamboat had that great match here in Charlotte when we had Hogan and it sure was that big show we had here with Hogan, Flair, and all them. And of course, for him to even remember that or want to talk about, it's just amazing. He's just a super guy. You say, okay, George, what is this, the Steamboat Hour? I said, yeah, okay. But anyway, we had a great time. Bullet did so good. I want to thank everybody, Bullet, that purchased Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle, Bullet. It was just an amazing time, Bullet. I had almost a complete case when I went into Friday, and it just, I got rid of them. And I'm so, folks, if you saw the lineup of the flea market of gimmick tables, Bullet, I mean, my goodness, there's everything under the sun there, not just with wrestlers, but vendors, and there's tables everywhere. So I was very, very happy, very impressed, and we just all worked hard. Of course, it all came down when it was all over, said and done. We had to load that ring up, and I want my hats off to our Dungeon of Doom, who jumped right in there and helped us, Bullet, and we got that ring. And took it down, loaded it down, and then went on to the next town. So it was just an exciting time, Bullet. I loved it. Of course, Big Time Wrestling did very, very good. I'm just glad to see wrestling do good, Bullet, here. I mean, it doesn't matter, who's doing what. I just like to see it.
Especially that well. And also in communities that don't get
that's right
stuff like that, because, this area is predominantly like there's still people around that remember wrestling when it would come to their town.
That's right.
They're like the Spartanburgs, the Morganton. Obviously, WWE, since it's the only show in town, that's not coming through that way.
That's exactly right.
So it's nice to bring some of the bigger stars around to some of these smaller towns that we're used to seeing Steamboat and Rock and Roll.
That's exactly right.
Now they're kind of coming around. The kids are enjoying that, and they're understanding, like, hey, we get to see wrestling. And I will remember when they announced in Spartanburg that they're going to come back next year in February. People were booing because they wanted to come back sooner.
Yeah, I love that. I was hoping you noticed that.
Yeah, because the people were that excited about because they came back like last year, now this year. So it's something, but it's important to keep it special.
That's right.
And that's the thing, is it's going to be a special event that they're probably going to do in Spartanburg every year.
I was hoping you noticed that.
Yes,
people kind of got disappointed there a little bit.
Yeah, and it's a theory that I have. If people run shows like that, like in Spartanburg, and like let's say Big Time has the first weekend, and then I go someplace in New York that for Northeast Wrestling the second weekend, or then there's somebody down in like the AMLW, the
Yeah.
Tracy Myers is the third weekend, and then somebody else picks up a fourth weekend, and then all those people would draw big crowds. Imagine if my calendar, I'm looking at a calendar, I'm like,
Yeah.
this show's gonna have 1,000 people, this show's gonna
That's
have
exactly
2,000
right.
wrestling people, and each weekend, I'm gonna either be performing in front of or at a wrestling show where there's 3,000 people. To me, that's
Yeah.
a good sign of
Me
wrestling.
too.
And
Me too.
if each one of those promoters understand that type of formula and not get jealous and just like, oh,
Yeah.
this is your weekend, or oh, you're doing this big show here, I'll come back to this place in this month. It can be an amazing thing that
That sure
everybody can
can.
take an advantage
It
of.
sure can.
And to me, that's great because
And see, I've already heard comments. People say, "Well, okay, if you did so good, why are they waiting so long?" And that just shows
It's
the
got to be special.
stupidity of
Yeah,
people. It
it's
sure
just to
does.
keep it special.
That's exactly
and
right.
because the thing is, they would Spartanburg there, but nowhere. They're going to be next month.
Yeah.
February 20th and 21st. They're going to be in Bristol on
That's
the
right.
20th and Bluefield on the 21st.
That's exactly right.
So, even though they're not coming back to Spartanburg, they're going to be in a completely different state and a different town.
That's
hopefully
exactly
doing
right.
the same type of thing. And then in March, they'll probably be up in their area.
It-
Boston doing the same type of thing.
That's exactly right. It just looks good, I think, and a good feel about wrestling in this area. And I know in Morganton, like what you just said, I had a lot of families come up, and they were just excited. They work their regular jobs. They live in those little towns, and they don't get out much.
And anytime they have to go do something that cool,
That's right.
they have to drive an hour and a half.
and
growing up in a culture like that in the middle of nowhere in Iowa, I know what that's like. And to have something that special to come to a town like
That's
that,
right.
that's a big deal.
And I try to always hang on it because a lot of times it's so easy. We get in such a hurry, and we're able and we're blessed by going to a lot of these shows a lot of weeks in a row. But you almost stop for a moment and try to relate to these people because it really is a big deal. I mean, they're telling me that was the greatest thing. This made their year. A couple of them, this is the 1st of January. A couple of the families already said this is, how we're going to top this the rest of the year. So just glad to be part of that. We thank Big Time Wrestling for letting Sonny and Cher come in there. Just a great,
Actually,
great
fans
week.
of the show, so it's okay that we talk about it.
Yes, it is. It is, buddy. And of course, with this week, the truck rolls on, the ring truck rolls on. Both this weekend, of course, I'll be going back to Kings Mountain, North Carolina. People say, "Oh man, we're going right back to Kings Mountain." Our good friends down there, boy. I love Kings Mountain there at the National Guard Armory this coming Saturday because it gives me a chance to take some of our students, and that's the one thing I say about our High Spots Rings George South Pro Wrestling School is, yeah, you can get trained somewhere else, but where are you going to go once you get trained? To work, to wrestle and to have fun and to get out there in front of people. So that's what Kings Mountain is always to me, be able to take some of our new guys down there and get them some experience, bullet, get them out in front of the people. Because that's where that's fun. That's where you really learn.
Yeah, that's where you're learning. That's where everything that you learn in the ring, you apply.
It sure does. So anyway, with all that being said, got a lot of stuff coming up, Bullet. We're rolling along here. It's cold down here at Dad You Don't Work You Wrestle Studios. We're getting ready to kick off. And with all that being said, I'm going to tie it right in with our training with our idiot of the week, Bullet. And it's going to be kind of quick, Bullet. There was a couple contestants coming right down to it. First, everybody said you're probably going to throw the ref in the idiot bag that reversed Des Bryant's catch. That's all I'm saying. I thought it was, but he may get his own episode, Bullet, but I don't know. I'm sure he's getting a lot of death threats and stuff like that. So I'll leave him alone for a little bit. I personally, not because I'm a Cowboys fan, yeah, right. It's because I thought it was a catch. But it's like one fella told me it shouldn't have come down to that one play. Anyway,
just like the week before with Detroit.
Yes, exactly. Exactly right. So we're going to find out in the end. It's all a big work anyway. Bob Geigel, Sam Munchnick, 8 months ago, figured up it was going to be the Patriots and the Seahawks.
The only time where that logic doesn't apply, I think, was that Miami game. I talk about the Miami Hurricanes.
Yes.
That college football, I want to say Orange Bowl or Fiesta Bowl, whatever. That one where they were celebrating on the field and told that it was not a catch.
Yeah.
The one that they just did the 30 for 30 on. That's the only time you can say it should have come down to that. I think that should have happened.
Well, it's fun. It's all part of it. You know, they're not robots. The refs are even human. I can't believe I'm saying that, but calls go, and it's like you said, that it could have went either way for Detroit and Dallas had a great season, Bullet. But then I see what they're doing in Denver right now. They had a great season for the last 5 years, and they're cleaning the house.
I know.
So
nobody's job is safe.
That's exactly.
If you're going to get rid of John Fox,
why do you think we don't never want to win? See,
exactly.
No pressure, Bullet.
Yeah.
That's a true story. Black Bart told me that one time. Said, man, when he was Ricky Harris doing jobs on TV, he had no care in the world. They give him Black Bart, and all of a sudden they want him to draw money, and everybody's mad at him because he's not. He said, man, I wanted to go back. So that's a very, very true story, Bullet. But with all that being said, Bullet, this week, all through the week, of course, everybody can imagine, especially here at the first of the year, everybody's it's like going to the gym. Everybody's wanting to be a pro wrestler here at the first of the year, Bullet. And we're open to anybody. We've got a great, great school here, Bullet. Actually, our class on Tuesdays is getting so full, which is a tremendous blessing. We're going to start putting some of the, I'm going to have to divide a little bit, and maybe on a Wednesday night, just to get us some room in that ring, which I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong. But anyway, I had a guy this week, boy, never story, same old stupid story. This guy's such a complete idiot. But anyway, first they want to bug you. Either you're going to train or you're not. Everybody knows that, Bullet. We can sit there and talk. We can have tea, whatever, all day long. But either you're going to do it or you're not. Yeah, you're welcome to come and watch one or two times, whatever. But make your mind up. Anyway, this guy, Bullet, simply, first time I've ever, this is why this guy's going to go an idiot bag. First time I've ever been asked this. This guy asked, and he was serious about it. He just wanted to come and not pay anything, but this idiot, who I'm going to throw in it back, he just wanted to come, and his exact words was to just get a feel of everything, okay? And then he will make a decision if he's going to sign up or not. What? So you're a complete idiot.
You want a signing bonus, too? You want a signing bonus?
Oh, he wants his own car, Bullet. He wants his own locker room. Oh my gosh!
Should we also try and woo you with and have a famous alumni take you around the campus as well?
Yeah, I love that.
I don't know how this works.
I wish I could have thought of that, Bullet. Maybe we'll pick him up in a limousine. Maybe we'll recruit him, Bullet. Maybe we'll make a complete idiot. I didn't even respond to that. What do you mean? Because I knew if he comes here and we get a chance to give him a feel of things, we'll never see him again. We'll never see him again. So anyway, this guy's going in an idiot bag. He's a grown man. He wasn't everybody say, yeah, George, give him a break. He's 50. No. This guy told me he was 26 years old. But he's a grown man, I'm sure, probably got a job, whatever, responsibility. But to ask that is beyond common sense. Just beyond common sense. I don't even know what he meant by it. Oh, my God. So anyway, that guy, a quick guy, student going in the idiot bag, didn't even want to get his name. Once he'd asked that, and he was serious, Bullet. He just wanted to come get a feel of things, then make a decision. If he, oh my gosh. So anyway, throw him in the bag, Bullet, and hopefully, because we will sure give him a feel of things, as you know that. So that's the problem. Once you get a feel of things, you don't come back. So we ain't that stupid. So, and I've learned over the years, I used to sit down, ask every question, answer every question that these people had, then they never would come back anyway.
Yeah.
Now...
It seems like anybody that's ever just this is what I want to do. Actually, it's funny enough, I've signed up for some classes and doing some things outside of wrestling, and very little discussion has come up. And any question that I ask, I say, this is a dumb question. I just want to make sure that it is said properly on the website, because I'm already going to be there. I just want to make sure that it is exactly like it is on the website. Oh, it is? I'll be there. And that's the end of the discussion.
I love it.
It's funny how little talking you do when you want to do something.
Yeah, I love that, Bullet. I love that. So, got a good idiot bag this week, Bullet. They roll along. They stay with us every week. So, we do look for students. Come on, people, use common sense.
Yeah.
Most of them,
like I said, it's okay to double check the information.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And we've been doing it for a long, long time. We ain't going nowhere. We got a good school here, Bullet. So anyway, just a great week, Bullet. So thank you, Bullet. We're rolling right along. Seagrove. I'm sorry.
I was going to say,
yes, please.
If you weren't going to remember it, I was going to remember.
Thank you so much.
I'm still booked for right now.
You're booked, buddy.
And with Miss Bullet being out of town, I'm going to have a lot of free time on my hands. So I'm going to love to be there. Be around some people. So
thank you so much, Bullet, for reminding me of that. Seagrove in 2 weeks, Bullet, our annual show for the big knockouts softball team. It really helps this girls softball team out to go play in these tournaments and stuff all this year on. Get some equipment stuff. Seagrove, the elementary school right there in Seagrove, North Carolina. This is
decent
like our
little crowd every time.
It sure is, Bullet.
Always a fun little show.
It sure is, and good family show. And we've been doing real good there. And this will be, since we came back in and took back over, this will be our 4th year in a row, if you can believe it, Bullet. So we're rolling right along, and we just appreciate everybody will come out. That's in about 2 weeks. See information up on our Facebook pages and all that. So Seagrove will be our next big undertaking, Bullet.
Absolutely.
So, a lot going on, buddy. Thank you.
Well, so I almost want to reverse the call on this finish, but I can't rule it as as any reason.
Can't rule it as a sale yet because we ain't got the check.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
It's right on that borderline. Okay.
But one thing that is for sale at highspots.com is the second greatest book of all time. And make sure, if you want to know more about what's going on with me and George, follow me on Twitter at Mount Scout Manning. And we'll see you next week, folks.
That's right. Thank you, Bullet. Good job. Thank you. Is it too early to plug our freight train show? I meant to mention that too.
We can do that. February 27th.
Oh yeah,
North Carolina.
Yeah.
February 27th.
Oh,
Alpharetta, North
big
Carolina.
main event, boy.
Big main event. More details next week.
Yes. Sonny and Cher may be tagging. That's all I'm saying, boy.
I'm having a hard time tagging the show now that I'm throwing my Twitter account. I should stop putting myself over like that.
Yeah.